Honestly, I was all set to see Murder on the Orient Express, and when you sent that email saying, "Go see this," my heart just sank.
Yeah, man. Man, fuck you for that.
Martin sent an email out saying, "I'll go, but let it be known I'm not happy about it."
Yep. I do this with protest.
Man, when they got out the movie, I avoided him, man, because I saw the final product and I was like, "Ooh," and I ran out that motherfucker. We're gonna start out with the one that everybody's been talking about. I don't know. It's been 2 or 3 years, and people saying, "Man, what them daddies doing now?" It was
Walter. This art, man.
Hey, man, don't ruin the surprise.
I can't ruin this.
I think he made you look pretty good, man.
Oh yeah, no, there's someone in particular. Good one.
Good.
Oh wow.
Look,
Yeah, man.
he made you Will Ferrell. I don't know why. I don't tell him who to choose.
Hey,
He
I'm
just
cool
does
with
it.
it.
Yeah, see, that's another thing with watching the live shows. You get this nice artwork like this that intern Walter does.
A good one, man.
He looks so nice too. Look at him. But
Wow. I look like, what's his name in Demolition Man? Wesley Snipes?
oh yeah.
I'm less freaked out by the hair than the parts that don't have hair.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You and your little Jufro right there. It looks nice. But you know what? It's been years. And people been asking at the end of Daddy's Home, spoiler.
Yeah. What happens next?
Yeah, it's a little bit of a spoiler, but they actually got along. They were rivals, and they were at each other's throats, and they finally learned how to co-parent, co-dad, if you will. And everybody said, well, they're friends now. Oh, I can't wait to see the further adventures of Dusty and Brad. Brad being Will Ferrell and Dusty being Mark and Mark. And now that they're friends, they say, what could come in here and ruin this? I mean, right now, they even to the point where they're like celebrating Christmas together. Oh, look at them. They're bro dads at this point. Best friends almost. The only thing that could possibly do anything to ruin this relationship is the grandpas. The grandpas are coming in, one played by crazy-ass Mel Gibson, and the other played by John Lithgow. And you know, Mel Gibson's your grandpa, shit is about to go wrong. No matter what.
Yeah.
Trouble ensues. And jail time and lawsuits and an apology tour.
Those wacky hijinks. You know.
You know, wife battering and
Anti-Semitism.
Yeah, racism.
Assault
I
the
mean,
police.
wife battering, racism, anti-Semitism. You know, everything that Christmas is all about.
Sure.
Yeah.
Everything that we want for Christmas. Oh, but like I said, we got the good balance of John Lithgow in there too, who's sweet as can be, man. And you would think that these two would probably come in and balance each other out, but that goddamn Mel Gibson is not going to be happy until he ruins this happy household. And I'm going to tell you something about this movie right here. And I'll let you look at a little bit of a few clips right here. Let you look at the entrance of the alpha grandpa. Of course, that would be Mel Gibson.
This is gonna come off weird, Dusty, but he's beautiful. Why don't you bring the car around? There's my big man!
And that would say there's someone on that household a long time ago that probably shouldn't have.
Meet the Johnsons.
Meet the Johnsons.
Yeah.
Oh, they're so close they lock lips on each other. That is a father and son relationship right there. One I'm sure I'm going to have with my son one day, Mark. But bend over, son. Say hello. Now, here's the thing.
You're going to totally be Mel Gibson.
Oh, yeah.
I don't give a fuck. Yeah.
Flirting with his teachers and
Yeah.
babysitters.
Hooking up with his friends' moms.
Yeah. I'm married now. I'm only going to flirt. That's it.
Okay.
He's not black, he's OJ.
Boy, go there and tell your teachers, call me sometime. Just call me. I don't want to do nothing else, boy. And don't tell your mama.
There's going to be a lot of that. Don't tell your mama.
Don't tell your mama, goddammit. But
Yeah, I know. Don't tell mom. Jesus.
hey, Ma, he's fucking up again. I know. But here's the thing with this, man. Now, if you watch the first one, And oh boy, did we watch the first one. And I even said to myself, I said, you know something? I said, I hated that first movie.
Which is why I hated you.
Damn.
Wait a minute, what? You hated me?
I hated you for not hating that first movie.
I hated that first movie.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
Because I seem to remember you going like, well, it wasn't as bad as Step Brothers.
That's saying a lot right there, actually, you know, because Step Brothers is one of my most hated movies. But this, no, I did not like this movie at all. No, hell no. You can hate me. No, that explains a lot all these years then. No.
Oh, well, yeah, I take back all that stuff I said about you.
Don't
Then.
put that shit on me. No, I did not like that first one. That first one got on my goddamn nerves. However, I did say, you know what, I'm willing to give this one a chance. You know, great actors like John Lithgow in here and Mel Gibson. He's probably, you know, I don't really like the guy too much, but he's always good to come in and stir some stuff up with a little bit of unpredictability. I said, I'll give this one a chance right here. One of the things I learned from the first movie is that, like a lot of these exaggerated comedies, you are a movie world. You know, you know that things happen here that you have to suspend disbelief. You can't really ask any questions. That's why they make movies. You know, but we would.
It's funny because you start to ask questions, and there's a point where the questions pile up so high. You're like, "What am I doing?"
You were gonna get crushed under the weight of all those questions, man. You just got to give up. I mean, you know, we just stop asking. That's what movies are for. And you know, with this. So we have to have that suspension of disbelief. But there's a point where suspension of disbelief in this movie means we don't have to try that hard. We don't have to explain shit. We don't have to write anything that clever. You know, all we got to do is just keep things going for all these lame jokes to keep piling on. Just keep the movie moving. You know, this is something where I could let it go. But there are things in this movie where even the suspension of disbelief makes no sense because they do things in here where I'm thinking to myself, if you were going to introduce this, why didn't you use it? Why didn't you expand on this? For some reason, and they just say it. They never elaborate on it. For some reason, you look at Mel Gibson in here and you see that, oh, he's just like his son. He's probably some deadbeat. You probably think he's some trucker or something. No. He's a fucking astronaut.
Yeah.
He says, he talks about space like he just went down to a whorehouse. Yeah, I've been into space before. Ain't no big deal. And that's it. They don't elaborate on that no more.
It's like, did you want more? You ain't getting it.
Yeah. Mel Gibson went to space. Hey, that's all you need to know.
No, they set it up so they could make a joke about him packing a car. Because that makes
that's right.
Because that makes total
that was
sense.
the grand payoff.
Exactly.
Oh, I'm sorry. So he could set it up for a luggage packing joke.
Yep.
Which wasn't funny at all.
If I didn't know he went to space, I wouldn't have gotten that joke.
Oh, I'm so sorry then. This is a man who appreciates the subtleties of Daddy's Home too. I missed them.
I appreciate setup and punchline, sir.
Well, that's a hell of a punchline to go to space and back just to pack some luggage.
Yes, it is.
They don't elaborate on this shit whatsoever.
No.
Especially the more they talk about his past, you're like, when did he have time to train to be an astronaut? Or go into space, or be a dad at all?
Yeah, he was too busy fucking his son's teachers and friends.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Turns out he just took ecstasy.
or he's a kind of shitty dad where, I mean, it would have been funny had Dusty been see, this is what they, fucking, we're writing a story right here. It would have been funny if Dusty, a grown man, up until his 40s, bought that his father had gone to space, and it turns out his father was lying the whole time.
Yeah. He was a drug addict.
Yeah, he was a drug like his
Major
father.
Tom.
Yeah, his father's like, you believe that shit?
Dumbass.
Yeah. You're my fucking, I forgot, you're my stupid ass son. You know, no, they don't set up any, that. You know why? I mean, I'm sorry if we're a little full of ourselves, but they couldn't do that because that's too clever. No, you know, they had to move on to things like Will Ferrell falling all over the goddamn place.
Yeah.
My God.
Man, you know what? We'll get to that in a little bit because I gotta tell you, with this, it'd be fun if he was a drug addict. Because the whole movie, he looks crazy.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, his eyes are looking all around.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only reason why you believe he might have been in space. Is like they sent him off in a capsule by himself. Yeah. He was gone for years.
Yes.
and got space madness like Ren and Stimpy. but you know, with this, it's exaggerated for no reason, but it's also they exaggerate things in people in the most unlikable ways. this is a movie about parenting. It's a movie about people learning to be better so that they can raise their children better. Pull all the petty shit aside. But these people, they're not fit to be good parents. Hardly any of these people are fit to be good parents. They're not even good people, period.
Yeah, they're not fit to be human beings.
They're not, exactly.
really.
They're not likable people at all.
Not one of them.
Not one. Dusty and his family, everybody on Dusty's side of the family is an asshole. Dusty is still a deadbeat dad.
Yep.
They make jokes out of all this. They talk about how Dusty gets Brad, Will Ferrell, to pay for everything, and he just walks away.
Right.
He still just shows up when it's easy to be around the kids.
Oh, why are you taking score?
Yeah.
Because you're not paying for anything.
Because you're a fucking dad. That's why.
Look at my bank statement, bitch. I'm paying for all this shit.
Yeah. Oh, you Tyrese? $200 a month. That's all I got.
Shayla rocks.
All I got is this tree. He's still a fucking deadbeat. And they just yuck it up. Like, it's funny being a deadbeat dad. Ain't learned anything in the last 2 or 3 years. And then there's his children. His children are fucking assholes, man. Like, that's not even his child, but because that child of his is in the same household as him, she's got to be a little bit of a bitch too. She's
way too much.
Way too much. Like you want to like the kids, but his stepdaughter, stone cold bitch.
Did you touch the thermostat? Did you turn it up?
Well, of course not. Did somebody fiddle with the thermostat?
Yes, it's 85 degrees.
85? Do you have any idea how much even a few degrees can impact?
He's about to whoop his ass. He's about to kill that motherfucker. Was it you or a pack of niggas? Tell the truth.
What do you think you're doing?
Well, he about to kill her.
Yeah. I was waiting for him to just run over there and start strangling her.
She turned up the thermostat.
Said she fiddles with the thermostat at your place anytime she damn well pleases.
You might as well give her your wallet and your 401.
Whoop her ass! Don't have a fucking team meeting in the middle of the night. Sweaty ass Fruit of the Loom.
I will say, this is the one scene in the movie that I thought worked.
Same here.
Yes.
As much as I was like this, I was like, okay, this is actually funny because it's based on some kind of reality.
Exactly.
Them talking about the economics of some kid just turn up the thermostat.
Three grown ass, sweaty, moist ass man in the middle of the night in the underwear.
Yes.
Talking about this little girl, man, who gonna tell her? Not me.
Yeah.
Well, I think they're more the, hey, if it was our kid, the ass would have been whipped already. But this is your job.
Yeah, I like how all three of them gang up on Mark Whalberg in their own way.
Oh.
Especially John Lithgow. Tell me that's not true.
I know. And I like how Mel Gibson, it is kind of funny because Mel Gibson like, look, if I got to get that bitch, she's dead.
Yeah.
He should have done it.
Yeah, you don't want Grandpa Mel on that shit. And plus, I heard she's a Jew too. You better get that bitch.
I mean, it was the one time Will Ferrell acted like he wasn't the biggest pussy in the world.
Yep.
Yeah, no, it was because, oh man, I'm gonna get to Brad in a minute, but with Mark Wahlberg and his side of the family, Dusty's side of the family, it's not even the kid. You can't even blame the kid. You can't really blame that kid because her father's a deadbeat, and there's another member of the family that's a shoplifter, a fucking criminal.
Yeah.
And again, they make light of it. They pass that shit off like it's nothing. This girl's being raised by a criminal, and they just like, oh, but that's comedy. And you can't really look at this and be like, man, I want to be mad at these children, but these are the worst human beings as parents out there.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing because the whole thing with the other wife being a writer, where that finally goes, it just came back to me.
Yeah.
Anyway,
wow,
yeah, you
man.
got to see the movie for that. But and you know what? And speaking of the mom in this. The mom here is played by Linda Cardellini. She was Sarah
Cardellini.
Cardellini. She was I love a bowl of that right now. She was the mom in the last movie. And if people aren't assholes, they're just pointless. This woman is fucking useless in this family.
Oh no, she's an asshole too.
In what way?
Because it is so obvious from the first movie and even this one that she's married to Brad. She does not love him. She barely backs him up. I mean, she yells at Dusty. But she never takes Brad's side. She never backs him up. There's never any chemistry between them. It's like she married him because he has a good job. I got that vibe from the first one.
Damn,
so
Martin,
hard.
you're reading it this way harder than I think anybody did.
Well, I felt that from the first one, and even in this one, I'm like, yep, still that same feeling.
You know what? I can't.
He brings home enough money to take care of the kids.
Martin might be writing just a little bit of Daddy's Home fan fiction.
Yeah, I see. Because I was like, I didn't get that from this movie or the first one.
I just got that. Yeah, I didn't get that she married him for the money. I thought that she just kind of an enabler. Like she got tired of being with the bad boy and went with the socially retarded guy.
Yeah.
But in the first one, she lets Dusty hang out with them all the time.
Yeah, I'm surprised that I never saw the first one, but just seeing this one, I'm surprised she lets Dusty hang out around the house so much.
Yeah.
Because they have kids together.
Yeah.
No.
Kind of
Come pick your kids up and go do something
Yeah.
with them. Not hang out here because you're obviously antagonizing my husband.
Martin, that movie had to happen.
Yeah, Martin, you know why I said movie world?
That's what I'm saying. But within this movie world, it's so easy to see this is what's going on
Martin,
in this dynamic.
If I put one more piece of logic up there, you're gonna die. You're gonna crush yourself under the weight of it, man. You can't ask. You got to go. I hear what you say, but I was more concerned with. Again, I know this is Will Ferrell. This is what he does. Will Ferrell, he makes his money through falling over shit. Yeah. That's what he. But in this, it's just annoying because, as I said, I'm really trying hard not to use the word retarded.
No, man.
No, go for it.
You get a pass on this one.
Okay, the proper term for people is mentally challenged. An insult to the mentally challenged people is retarded. And Will Ferrell is, I'm gonna even take out the R, retarded in this shit. I mean, this man, he needs to be in a home getting special care.
Yeah.
I mean, it's too far how much they take this because while, the movie is just a cycle of the same thing. We have Mark Whalberg arguing with Mel Gibson. While they're over there arguing, we got Will Ferrell here tearing up some shit or tripping over something, trying to operate a simple piece of equipment that a child could operate, and he's about to destroy himself and anybody around him. He's a danger. He's a menace to everyone around him.
Come on. You gotta understand. None of these switches work.
This is a slasher movie at this point.
She might be a little retarded too because she ain't hit the ground. She just sat there taking it.
You know how Jigsaw kills people directly with devices? It's like Will Ferrell kills people with retardation powers.
She's got a face full of flying glass.
Yeah,
She all right.
This man is he does not need to be around kids. He's going to kill these kids. He needs to be in a nursing home where somebody can take care of him.
And this scene in the theater is so damn loud.
It is.
And it's so long.
Yeah, this dude needs special care. You worried about this woman being with him because of his money? Maybe you got a point because I don't know anybody who would marry a person who's socially retarded as much as this guy,
right?
Unless he had something to give. It ain't for his charms.
Her first husband was a deadbeat bad boy. She wanted to go the complete opposite way because this guy brings home a paycheck and he's always there to take care of the kids.
Yeah, and should not have a job. By any means, nobody would hire this person.
No.
That office would be burning to the ground.
And apparently it's a really good job because they spend a lot of money in this movie.
Yeah, they never really established what Will Ferrell does for a living, do they? Or did they do that in the first one?
They did in the first one.
Yeah.
Okay.
They did in the first one, but like for something that happens and they get that bill,
Yeah.
they're like, oh, like why? Like it was only like $20. I'm like, man, that's a second mortgage for some people.
Yeah, we'll go halvesies.
Oh,
That's still a fuck ton.
Yeah, that's the other thing with it. This man causes major debt wherever he goes. He causes like $1 million worth of damage wherever he is. Whatever job he's got, every day is like Home Alone. Because that office would be torn up with him around.
Yeah,
there.
even that scene right there, I would be less concerned about the physical damage than I would of how am I going to pay for this?
Yeah.
It's really kind of that's all they have is that they want to move either from Dusty telling his little smart ass jokes to his dad, or they want to quickly move on to the next pratfall and physical humor bit that Will Ferrell's doing. That's all this movie has.
That's how it feels, man. This feels like a pastiche of bad SNL skit.
The person who really just takes it to an uncomfortable level is Mel Gibson. Mel Gibson in the movie, he's gone straight up sugar tits Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
I mean,
He does very often. I mean, for the most part, I feel like he was kind of sleepwalking through it. But when he gets going, it is so reminiscent of his real bad days that I'm surprised that nobody said, I think we don't want to do this.
It's surprisingly uncomfortable. It's like Woody Allen being in a movie where he hooks up with a teenage girl.
Yeah.
It's like, don't do that, dude.
Yeah, no.
Again.
No, we're not getting we're not getting that Mel Gibson, that scary Mel Gibson where he's ready, to bite somebody, and or wound somebody or attack someone. The one where he just loses his shit and talks about blowing me.
Yeah.
It ain't rest. You can rest easy. It's not that one. Like I said, it's more the sugar tits. Mel Gibson, the one that's kind of slimy around women.
Yeah.
Yes.
Every scene that he's in. Again, movie world. He's 70 years old. He's pulling like a 30-year-old in every scene.
Yeah, I remember there was the part where they show him this in the trailer where he's coming down the escalator and he looks at those two flight attendants. I heard Martin go, "Oh, I'm like, damn, Martin."
Yeah, because it's the way he's looking at him.
Yeah.
Like he just wants to serve him up like pork chops.
Yeah. No, it is, man. It's creepy Mel that's going on in this, and they think that it's. I guess they figured since you ain't getting racist, crazy Mel, that this is a good option. No, it's not. It's actually kind of worse. I'd rather him going through here beating up Jews and black people than the kind of shit he's doing, because what's going on in Hollywood right now with all these sexual assaults.
That's the thing, is the timing.
Yeah.
The whole Harvey Weinstein, Kevin Spacey thing going on right now. Seeing this is like, ooh.
This movie goes to show us it's a great prime example that Hollywood hasn't learned a fucking thing. Because somebody would have looked at this and been like, no, we can't release it. And I'm going to tell you, I'm not sitting up here being offended. I'm not sitting up here talking about boycott the movie. But it feels pretty dirty watching it, knowing what's happening, because Mel Gibson, not only is he capping on every woman in the movie that's way younger than him, but he teaches Dusty's stepson, Will Ferrell's stepson, Dusty's son. He's telling him, hey, you know how to get a girl? Go over there and kiss her, whether she wants it or not, and then seal the deal with a slap on the ass.
Yep. Y'all didn't want to edit that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't try. They didn't even try to pull that shit out.
And there's never a point where he gets a comeuppance for how he's acting.
No.
It's almost like he's rewarded.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa,
They got
man.
a scene where he's kissing several girls later on. This kid. You're right. He's rewarded for it.
Yeah.
And it's and I guess they're saying that, well, hey, it's cute when kids do it. No, it's not, because it's almost like you're training this little boy to be Harvey Weinstein one day.
Future Mel Gibson.
Yeah. What's wrong with that? When you watch Mel Gibson in this, knowing what we know about Mel Gibson, like I just played that clip, or he's talking to his girlfriend or wife.
Yeah.
He's calling her all kind of cunts and blow me, shut the fuck up and blow me. This is real Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
So when we can see him play a sleazeball in a movie,
Yeah.
it's almost like we're watching Mel Gibson just getting a paycheck for being Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
I don't feel like he was handed a script when he walked on set. No. They're like, just be you. Got it.
I can do that. Yeah, it's weird. That's the thing with the movie. They had chances to actually build depth with these characters. If Mel Gibson might have been lonely because nobody loves him during Christmas.
Yeah.
He was divorced. His wife died. Because they want to wrap this up so nice, like a real Christmas movie. They want to wrap this up with some nice message, kind words, nice songs. They don't do that. Everywhere this man going, he's fucking. Yeah. He has no reason. He's happy. His life is good. He just wants to fuck up everybody else's life for nothing.
Well, there's too many characters is one thing that's going
Yeah.
on. Because the thing I kept noticing in here was, at times I was like, this could be built into a story, something that could actually work. Like the one character who I thought was likable and had a story was John Lithgow. But his thing is buried with all this other stuff going on.
Yeah.
Or hey, these two stepdads who are trying to get along but don't. And that coming out as like the tension building, and them actually getting to a point where they're admitting, like, yeah, I tried, I don't like you.
Yeah.
That could be built into something. Like any if they took just any kind of subtlety or really worked at it, they could have had 2 or 3 genuinely decent Christmas movies out of it. But it's too much. It's too many people. As you mentioned, the mom, Linda Cardellini, she's almost unnecessary.
And the other mom.
Yeah. Because they always underwrite the women. Then you have another dad who comes in at one point.
Yeah.
You know,
Who shows up and is usually good when he pops up, and this one is just like dead.
because they gave him nothing to do.
Yeah.
Y'all, and if you care, you'll see the movie and you'll know who it is. But
Yeah.
you can tell by the trailer just about. But you know what I'm talking about. I will say, Martin, you're right. Like John Lithgow is the only person I liked in the movie. Because this guy he's really the most sympathetic person. Like he does nothing wrong. When I say everybody's unlikable, not him. He's actually a nice guy. He's trying his hardest to get people to put down their petty bullshit. He's trying to be nice.
Yeah.
He's the one that's dealing with everybody else's nonsense. And it helps that John Lithgow is just a great actor. Like he plays like he doesn't play the character really meek. He plays him sympathetic and it works. The last time I saw him, he played a real asshole in Beatrice
Oh, right.
for dinner.
Yeah, well, that's the thing about John Lithgow. He can play somebody very soft and sympathetic, and also somebody who's an asshole or even a killer, and he can nail all those parts. Yeah, another thing he does here is he's constantly getting hurt and being the victim of pratfalls through no fault of his own.
Yeah. Dusty's the one that gets
Yeah. It's annoying to watch because he's trying.
Yeah.
You can tell he's really trying.
Yeah.
And they just have him do this goofy crap throughout. And there's one scene where you find out something that's happened to him that is like surprisingly effective, I thought.
Sure.
With the improv scene?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
it was.
yeah, because it's the way he plays it.
Yeah, it's like this. It reminded me of Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, where he just gets that look in his face like he's going through some serious trauma. And for 30 seconds, I was like, whoa, where'd this come from?
Yeah, it's funny how this movie stops and becomes a real movie for just about 2 minutes.
Are you having fun? Let's take that away.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, man, this does not fit here.
No, it's too good. What's going on?
Yeah, it was a genuinely moving scene.
Y'all got upset about good parts showing up in the bad movie.
There's good shit out of here.
Because you go, wait, you could have done this.
Yeah.
You just chose not to.
Yeah, no, exactly. And you know something? And the movie's just rushed.
Yeah.
It's almost like they tried to get this out just to get a leg up on one, people forgetting about this series, and two, they wanted to get a leg up on the holiday season. I mean, we just saw that the
Bad Moms Christmas.
Moms would-
It's that same syndrome.
yeah, we was just taking off our Halloween costumes and still eating our candy. And this movie comes out.
Jesus.
Yeah. And then this movie, it has competent. Let me just say this: if you're a student film, this movie is amazing. If you are Hollywood, this is generic as fuck. I mean, they're as professional as they need to get by, because there are some moments where, first of all, you can tell the music is just as generic as can be. All them bloom blinks and bloom blooms. That little Tinkerbell. That shit. I'm telling you, Hollywood has that shit stored up somewhere.
Yeah.
That's stock Hollywood music.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, in the 80s, like, we'd have been cool with that, but, like, not now.
No, hell
like, this
no.
felt so
No.
much like the great outdoors. I was losing my mind.
yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Every time it's Christmas time, they get that tiptoeing music. They cut
Surprise.
that shit. Retire that bitch. Stop tiptoeing.
I love how every time that girl's on screen, it's like, is somebody gonna whip her ass or not?
I know. Anyway, and the other thing is like near the end of the movie, it's so badly edited. I mean, there's a moment where there's people singing and the lip sync is completely off.
Oh yeah.
Oh, my God.
Like they only got the rights to the song and to be in the last.
Yeah, it is.
It was supposed to be something else.
I'm telling you, man, this is a Hollywood rush job so they can get this out. And hey, you know what? As much as I did not like the first movie, I give credit where credit is due. Do not like that movie at all, but it was a genuine story. They started with nothing, came up with something. Rivalry, dads, yeah, and that's cool. This one, they didn't have anything except we need to make a sequel. So let's go ahead. Set it. It's like, let's set it at Christmas, because when you have nothing, that's what you do. You just fall all over the place. And you make it a Christmas special so that you have an easy ending. That easy ending being that, you know what? We're gonna say some words. We're gonna say I love you. Spread some Christmas spirit. Sing some songs, and hey, you know what? We'll be good. We met all the mandatory things that you need for a Christmas movie, except that. Fuck you for that. You're gonna sell me. You're gonna give me these shitty people, these unlikable assholes through this whole movie. And you think that I owe them something, some feelings? Because they held hands and sang some Christmas songs and said, I love you at the end? Oh, fuck these people, man. And fuck this movie, which I won't go that far because I did get some chuckles near the end. When I say chuckles, I'm talking about, I didn't think that would come out of me. I'm surprised.
You just coughed on accident.
Was that a chuckle or a cough? I don't know.
I had one of those moments.
I forgot what laughter was.
Yeah, there are moments here when they do something like look, Mel Gibson is so crazy. He'll do something so shitty that I had to laugh at it. Like, it was unbelievable. Like, wow, man, you really are a bad person in this. Some things John Lithgow did made me laugh. And, I do like the rivalry between these guys. They've kind of grown as characters. I mean, they had something there. But all this other false sentimentality that's going on, that's bullshit. And this movie's bullshit. Some old bullshit. Who wants to go next?
Yeah, this is a turd on the sidewalk. You're just like, what? Just walk around it. It's some old bullshit.
Oh, what's up?
Well, golly, I hate to be turn this into an echo chamber, but the verdict's in on this.
Man, we knew this walking in.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I was all set to see Murder on the Orient Express, and when you sent that email saying go see this, my heart just sank.
Yeah, man. Oh, man, fuck you for that.
Because I'd been looking forward to Murder on the Orient Express all day long. And I was like, oh, come on.
Let me tell you something. Martin sent an email out saying, I'll go, but let it be known I'm not happy about it. Yep.
I do this with protest.
Man, when they got out the movie, I avoided him, man. Because I saw the final product, and I was like, ooh. And I ran out that motherfucker. I ran out quick.
It didn't go as zany or as raunchy as I expected, which made it really just kind of not offensive but dull. Mm-hmm. And at times it is offensive. It's just the Mel Gibson thing, which, as disturbing as it is, I enjoyed it on just how tone deaf it was. I'm just kind of like looking at it like, wow.
I really was fascinated that they went there.
Yeah.
You thought this was okay?
Yeah, exactly. And then it kept happening ever so often. Like it was just that once and again. I'm like, all right, well, it's a rough way to start this. And then we would come up again later, and then an hour later. Oh, that was another thing with this movie. Where there was a point where I was like, all right, this has been an hour and a half. It's about time to wrap it. I was like, oh, it's only been an hour. Shit. Yeah. When's this thing going off? Yeah, I know. I feel like the first one was a fuck you, and this is just some old bullshit.
All right.
Well, I'm glad y'all got a couple of laughs out of this movie. I didn't get one. And yeah, it feels like, all right, with the first one, you're right. It's not a great movie. It's not a good movie at all. But at least they kind of had something that was original. With this one, it's just like, all right, we've seen all these other Christmas movies and all these other family vacation movies. Let's just try to do that, and hopefully we shit out something good. And they didn't. This is some old bullshit. I hated this. Oh, god damn.
Well, now, okay, here's something I'm curious about.
What's up?
Because you didn't hate Bad Moms Christmas. Mm-hmm. And so you like that better than this. But Gertz, you did.
I did hate Bad Moms Christmas.
So where do you rank the two?
I think enjoyed is a strong word. I didn't find this as bad as Bad Moms.
Okay.
Because Bad Moms didn't make me laugh once. It didn't make me crack a smile once. It did to me what this did to you.
See, and I was sitting next to him while he was laughing in this, and I was like, motherfucker, you don't stop. I swear to God, if you don't stop, man.
I saw you look at me at the thermostat scene. I was like, yeah, this feels good.
Turn it up a little high.
Yeah.
In fact, Gertz was that little girl.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And good one was Mel Gibson. What the hell are you doing?
Terrible.
You stop laughing right fucking now.
Yeah.